Hello everybody. With this video I want to show you this project that I started a few years ago. This is going to be a fishing, swimming, and I'm going to also use the water for irrigating my 30 acres of blueberries. And that's my house, and these are my 8 German Shepherd dogs. So a few years ago I started to dig this hole. First I took a guy with a big excavator, but he did some good job, but because it's too rocky, the big excavator was not performing very well. So later on I got a guy with a smaller excavator that was going easier around the stones, and all these stones here are dug from this hole. So I want to show you the system that I invented to seal, to watertight the pond, because every time it rains it fills out with water, but it's not holding water. All terrain, the roof of my house and behind the house, all terrain is directed with a little slope to this future pond, and I hope the rain water will maintain the water level in the future. Today is the first day that I started out the pump in the morning to check out if this hard labor is going to pay off or it will be in vain. I hope that it will hold the water, and the next few months I will work my way up to the top. So here is how I watertight the pond. I bought some 30 metric tons of the cheapest bentonite I found here in Bulgaria. This bentonite is used for garbage trash fields. They put it on the bottom with the intent to stop dirty water contaminating the ground waters. So these are 30 metric tons. I bought them here in Bulgaria for around 2,000 euros. And here is the technique, the system I invented, because it's very rocky terrain. There is no soil or nothing that I can incorporate the bentonite into. So here is how I decided to do it. I put 2-3 centimeters of bentonite on the ground. Then I use this cheap fabric. This cheap fabric, they use it to prevent frost damage for early tomatoes or something if you plant outside. It cost me like 10 euro cents per square meter. Then on top of it I use some more bentonite, and at the end I use this low density polyethylene. So the fabric and the polyethylene, they are not doing any job. Actually, the polyethylene will add to the water tightness of the pond, but it's not the reason I put it on. The fabric and the polyethylene, I put it on because when the bentonite gets wet and then it dries out, here is what happened. It forms cracks and holes, and if I do not use this fabric, and to make sure nothing goes into the bentonite, I use also the plastic. If I do not use this, some sediments or gravel, sand will penetrate and ruin the water tightness of the pond. So let's say, for example, after a few years I decide to drain the pond to clean it up or something, or there is not enough rain, the water level drops down, the bentonite dries out, then when I have this fabric and polyethylene, there will be cracks down where is the bentonite, but once I started to fill it out with water and the water wet the bentonite again, it will expand like 5 to 10 times and will watertight the pond again. So that's at least what I think it will happen. On top of the polyethylene, I use any kind, shape or sizes rocks, as long as they have some flat surface. I use them, and between them I use smaller stones, gravel, even some sand or a little bit of soil that is here on site. And today in the morning I started to fill it out with water. I really pray that it will hold the water, so it doesn't go in, all this labor doesn't go in vain. These are pretty heavy stones. And what is amazing is this morning I started to fill it out with water, and like an hour ago I saw the first water, I don't know how you call this organism, it's a small organism that lives in the water. They already occupied the pond. Were they here somewhere hibernated in the soil? I have no idea, but the fact is that they already live here. Here in the middle, there are another 2 meters down to the bottom. It's this conus shape. I hope in the future, when the fish are moving around, they will disturb the sediments and they will slowly find their way to the bottom, where I'm going to install a water pump and will pump out all these sediments. And actually there also could be some oxygen starvation here at the bottom, so I will prevent that too. And the fishes, they will fertilize the water with nutrients, and I'm going to use those nutrients to water my blueberries. I hope that's what's going to happen. And that's it. This is going to be the end of part 1.